Hey everybody, I've got another haul from you. These are from a few different Goodwills in my outside area. I did a little bit of traveling into the Indianapolis area and stopped by a few Goodwills while I was out, and this is what I found. My children went with me to a couple of them, and they chose this one, Little Fairy Friends, Daisy's Fairy Flowers, and it comes with this cute little wand, and it's a little board book, and it's in really nice shape. So my youngest picked this. She was really excited. This one's really cool. It's called Seek and Slide in the Garden. And it has these little spots where reveal the animal. Can you find these animals? Ant. And you move. Where's the ant? Oh, there's the ant. So it has several pages of activities like that. Huge Fancy Nancy fans in this house. Fancy Nancy and the Boy from Paris. I actually found 2 copies of this and got one for a friend. The Family Under the Bridge. This is from the Sunlight Kindergarten curriculum. I have this, but I found it for $1 somewhere, so I'm getting this for a friend. Joyful Noise, Poems for 2 Voices. I'm not sure if I've heard of this, seen this. There were several copies of this at a Goodwill. My kids had put it in the cart, and when I was going through sorting, making sure I had what I wanted, I saw this, and I go, well, this will be fun. I have 2 children, or myself and a child could read it together, and it has, you read this, I read that. So I think this will be good. Misty of Chincoteague, I think. This is a Newbery Medal winner. My kids had put this in the car, and it just stuck out at me as one that I should keep. It has neat illustrations, and I just thought, it's a winner. Gotta get it. I'm Not Going to Get Up Today by Dr. Seuss. We borrowed this book from the library before, and I'm just trying to add them to our early reader Dr. Seuss collection, and we read this yesterday, and they thought it was so funny. A House is a House for Me. I'd never heard of this before, but it's part of the weekly reader series. When I see this kind of spine, it's part of that collection, the older version. There's newer ones as well. And it was just really neat. It talked all about how, a house is a house for me, but a hill is a house for an ant, a hive is a house for a bee, a hole is a house for a mole or a mouse, and a house is a house for me. And so it talks all about the different kinds of animal habitats, and I thought that was so cool. And it's a really neat poem, sort of. Usborne books. Gotta grab them when I can. Starting chess. My husband knows how to play chess. I do not. But since I'm the one who is here with him most of the time, even though I would love and hope that he will play with them, I think he thinks they need to be older, and I think that if I read over this, that we can start when they're younger. There's a program called like Chess at 3 or Chess at 4, but it's hundreds of dollars, and I'm not interested in that. So 69 cents for a starting chess book. We have, because I'm okay, but I'm not very good. So I thought this would be a way to break it down, and my oldest daughter loves board games, so I think she'll really enjoy this, especially if she can play with Dad. Another Usborne, Mysteries and Marvels of Science. I just love Usborne books, and I do buy them occasionally. I have a cousin who is a representative, and they're worth it. They really are. They're wonderful, but when I can find them for so much less, I pick them up. Last Usborne book, 1001 Things to Spot in the Sea. Love these. And this one's neat because you got to count them. 9 anemone fish, which are also known as clownfish, a.k.a. Nemo. But, you look through and you not just, where's Waldo at? You count them. So I think that's really neat. 1 humpback whale, and 10 sea nettles, 8 half-moon-fish, you go through and you count them. So it's counting and looking, and I think that's really cool. Who's Got the Apple? I remember reading this book as a kid, and my children thought it was a lot of fun last night as we read through. There's some little surprises in here, and it's really fun. Love this book. The Tale of Tall Toothbrush. This is a Letter People book, and that's why I grabbed it. I loved the Letter People. That's how I learned about letters in kindergarten. I actually had purchased some of their curriculum online a few years ago, from someone who has the rights to share those things. Not they have a new program. It's different characters now, and it's pretty pricey, but anyhow, it was a disc with printables, and I think it got burned in the fire. I haven't been able to find it, but this was just a cute little story about Tall T and his, Mr. T and his tall toothbrush, and it was a fun story about friendship. Dr. DeSoto Goes to Africa. We love the original Dr. DeSoto, and I didn't even know that there was another or maybe more Dr. DeSoto books. So he goes to help an elephant, and it's about his adventures in Africa, and it's really fun. Inch by Inch. Love Leo Leone. A friend was shopping with me, and she said this was one of her favorite books. We didn't have this book. I recently purchased a Teaching with Leo Leone teacher guide, and so I said, oh, got to add this to our Leo Leone collection. The way she describes it to me, it's talking about how you don't need a measuring tape to measure, that you can use other things, as the inchworm uses himself. Silverlicious. We collect the Pinkalicious books, and this was in really great shape. This is one where she loses her tooth, her sweet tooth. Oh no! And what happens to Pinkalicious and her adventures with the Tooth Fairy. Goggles by Ezra Jack Keats. Whoops, everything's dropping on the floor. He's wonderful. Wrote The Snowy Day and several other great books. I had just seen this book hardback at Ollie's for like $3 and considered getting it, but I don't usually like to spend that much on books, but for hardback it's not terrible. Then I found 2 copies of it. I only bought one. I should have bought it for my friend, but I'd never read it, so I just got the one for us, and I love him. He's wonderful, and it's a award winner, and love Ezra Jack Keats. I haven't read that yet. A New Coat for Anna. This is a 5-in-a-row book, and other than that mark on the front, it seems to be in very good condition. Excited to find that. Corduroy Lost and Found. This is a go-along for before 5-in-a-row book. Corduroy. It's a hardback in very good shape, and it's a neat little adventure that yeah, never mind, there's a big crack here, but that's okay, it's still in pretty good shape. And Don Freeman's wonderful too. My kids love Corduroy and all his adventures. Donald Cruise, huge Donald Cruise fans around here. This one's hardback in nice shape. I love the illustrations he has, the way that he describes things to children. You know, if you lived in a big city, this might be a part of your world. You know, if you lived in New York, you may see the harbor. If you lived in Jersey or somewhere else, California. But for my kids, this isn't a part of something that they see on a regular basis, and it's fun to learn about it and see, you know, what they use these different boats for, and really cool book. A Tree Full of Pigs. Arnold and Anita Lobel, always a winner around here. Haven't read this yet, but when I see Lobel, I buy it. So we love pigs, and I love the Lobels. So we got this. That A New Coat for Anna was illustrated by Anita Lobel as well. My Pony by Susan Jeffers. Her name sticks out to me. What else she writes right now is not, but this just looked like a super sweet book, and it was hardback and in nice shape, and I think I got this at a store. It was only 25 cents, so for a quarter I couldn't say no. Susan Jeffers. Oh, we just read a book that Hildy in Her First 100 Years, renewed by Rosemary Wells, and Susan Jeffers was the illustrator, and she also illustrated, or maybe I'm mixing that up, but she was definitely a part of that as the author or illustrator. I think she was the illustrator, and she's also done another 5-in-a-row book, the Snowy Evening Robert Frost poem book. Yes, anyways, I'm mumbling. That's where I've heard her. Sorry, I had to share that. Okay, so on with the books to the cool stuff. Not that books aren't cool. This is going to be a gift. I got this at Goodwill, brand new, still in the Target packaging. This is for our nephew for his 4th birthday. It's brand new, $2. Gotta get it. My daughter's having a Candyland birthday for her 5th birthday. And this is going to be her cake topper, and I got it for $1. I'm not sure what it went to, came with, whatever, but we are totally using this. as part of our cake, we're going to recreate the Candyland game board, and this will be our King Candy Castle at the end of the game. So I was super excited to find this because now we don't have to make one. Lori Tall Stacker Smart Shapes. This is complete, although it doesn't look that way right now. My kids have misplaced the square, but this is averaging online right now for like $20+, and we got it for $2.62. I was so excited about that. I've wanted Lori's stuff for a long time. It probably is a little young for my children, but I thought we could use those stacking pegs and do other things. They're really enjoying playing with it, so I think that's great. It didn't come with the activity guide, so I may try to look online and find that, but I was super excited to find this. Now this is my big find, and it's upside down because I want to open it and show it to you. But this is Learning Resources Wacky Wigglers Gears. I saw Learning Resources. I've seen the gear stuff before and knew that they were kind of expensive, so I grabbed it, and it was on the, had a red tag, which happened to be half off that week at Goodwill, and it's not complete, but it's pretty close. So far, the only thing that I can tell we're missing, I haven't counted all of these pieces, but there sure are a lot, is we're missing the top half to this mouth. And this is the gear. Whoa, there it goes. But it had battery corrosion. Praise God for YouTube, and I was able to find a video that said you can use a baking soda paste to clear out that gunk, and within a few minutes it was working great after it dried. So neat. And then what's cool is that, like, my daughter has created this where she can move one piece even without the motor, and sees that things can turn and move. So super excited about this. I paid $2.50 for this online. This is retailing for anywhere, even on eBay, for $30 to $65. So even if it isn't a complete set, if we're missing this top set of teeth and the directions, which I found them online, which are extremely helpful in putting this together in a way that it works, but for $2.50, this is a super win, and they loved it instantly. Were playing with it. We had some friends over, and their 7-year-old son and 10-year-old niece were all about it, trying to put it together. I let them have the instruction manual that I found online. They were going nuts, so they loved it. This was a huge win. I was so excited, and love when I find cool stuff like this. So I hope you guys enjoyed this haul. Thanks so much for watching. Like, share, let me know what you think, and thanks so much.